Welcome back, everybody, to another Unite Mike's VOD review. This time, we are covering Japan. I know this is a very anticipated episode. I mean, I asked people on Twitter. Basically, everybody said Japan, please. So I'm really excited. It's going to be a lot of fun to cover these games. But it's not just me. I am joined, of course, as always, by doobsnax. What's up, doobsnax?
Hello.
Yeah,
that's all I got.
That's what's up. We are also joined by two resident experts as well. FiFi, we also have you on the show. Introduce yourself to everybody.
Hello, I'm FiFi, one of the Pokemon Unite fanatic. I will be everywhere at somewhere in the spectators place. So maybe you have noticed my hairstyle or my tinted lenses. So hi.
Yeah, you've also
Thanks
had
for having
multiple
me.
team signs in the crowd too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The glow stick with Pikachu puppet, and I was cheering multiple teams.
Wonderful. So FiFi, a resident expert, NAIC, UIC. I believe you said you also were out in Malaysia too. So cool being around. And then of course we also have Pixel, a competitive player from Japan. Why don't you introduce yourself as well?
All right, thanks. Hey guys, I'm Pixel. I am a competitor, like you said. I was champion of the all high schooler tournament last year, and also got 7th place in the regionals of last year as well. I couldn't get to the championships this year, but I have had past experiences in tournaments.
Sweet, that's awesome. Yeah, you were telling me that you also competed in the winter tournament, I believe. Is that right?
Oh yeah. I went to the winter offline finals.
Nice.
And competed there as well.
Awesome. Now, Pixel, what role do you play when you're playing competitive Unite?
I have I have a pretty wide pool. I can play almost any character. So whenever I join a team, I just play whatever character they need. So jungle, top, bottoms, tank, support, anything.
Okay, cool. Multi-role. We love a multi-role. That's great. You cover a whole lot. I like to describe myself as multi-role. I don't know if many people would vouch for that, but I do like playing a lot of different options. Cool. Well, that's awesome. Well, we're gonna jump into the VOD review really soon, but we wanted to start. FiFi, you had a bit of kind of an intro to the region and the competitive structure of Japan. So why don't we start with that?
All right. So first of all, this year we have 4 teams representing Japan. So which are Oyasumi Macro, Team Tamarin, and MJK, and we've got Secret Ship. Okay, so here's what happened to Pokemon Unite Japanese circuit after the World 2022. So I can't tell this without mentioning whole Asian circuit. So please sit back and relax and enjoy my story time. All right, so as soon as the World has finished, they announced the Winter Tournament 2023, which is a combine of online tournament and in-person offline tournament. So last time you've done Unite Mics with Danielle, she has already mentioned some part of this, hasn't she?
Yeah. Some of the winter tournament, a little bit of ACL as well, which I'm sure we'll get to. You have a lot of different tournaments kind of all stuffed into one season, which is really cool. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So at the winter tournament, residents from 12 countries in Asia were able to participate in this tournament. And that means you can make a team with friends from another country, which actually didn't happen in the world circuit for Japanese competitors. So it made us so excited. So Pixel, you also competed and qualified to the finals, didn't you? And your team had Japanese, Korean, and Singaporean, I believe.
So in the winter tournament, yes, I made it to the finals, and I competed with Korean and Singaporean and Japanese people. It was really I don't know, it was a weird team. But after that, the qualifiers though, I entered all of them with Japanese members.
Cool.
So so it was just a one-time thing, offline tournament.
Cool.
All right. Yeah, cool. So yeah, they have done qualifier for 4 times online and invited top 2 teams from each qualifier to Tokyo, Japan. So total 8 teams qualified to the finals and competed in February 2023. So Team NYS and High Five, those 2 famous teams from Asia, made their first appearance in international circuit at this time.
Mm-hmm.
So High Five now changed their names into Orangutan, as you may already know, which is a sponsor's name. And please note that Orangutan 2023 is a completely different team from Orangutan 2022. So I'll just call Orangutan 2023 as High Five, the original name.
Sure, that's fair.
Yeah. Okay, so MYS was actually defeated by High Five 02. So it was a really close game though. They are teams from southern part of Asia, so they really enjoy the cold, snowy winter in Tokyo. Also, one of the world's qualifier, Oyasumi Macro, the 4th place qualifier, their first international appearance was also at this tournament. It is a team formed by Mame, who was an outstanding attacker at T2 last year.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you guys why he needed to take a part to the team without few drinks at a midnight bar. So let's not mention this today.
Okay, sure.
Right.
Yeah, we don't got to get too deep into that, but that is
Right.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is interesting though. I mean, as a superstar player, I'm curious
Yeah.
about the TMZ vibe. All right, we can move on. We can move on.
All right, let's move on. So Oyasumi Macro was the first place at the winter tournament final, won 3-0 to High Five at the grand final at BO5, which is really, really impressive. So yeah, it was about the same time that the first Asia Champions League, ACL, has begun. ACL is an invitational tournament for teams which played well at the previous season in 2022. So most teams were World qualifiers in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
So we had 3 teams in ACL: East Asia League, Southeast Asia League, and Indian League. So I need to talk a little bit further about Team NYS because I think no one has told you this team history before.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about them when we discussed APAC West last week, but not too in depth. Right.
Rebongs and Yang are competitors from Team Renaissance, which was a World 2022 semifinalist, which is really well known.
Mm-hmm.
And those 2 formed a new team to compete at the Malaysia Open and the Winter Tournament because their main team, Renaissance, their teammates actually taking a long vacation after the Worlds.
Okay.
So at the moment, the other rosters were not available. So those 2, that's why they needed to find someone else to compete with. And, they wanted to have some experience at the Malaysia Open and at the Winter Tournament. So they asked their friends to, compete together and they formed a new team. That's how Team NYS has formed.
Gotcha.
So when the Pokemon company tried to invite both NYS and Renaissance to the ACL, it's just hilarious because NYS won the Malaysia Open and after the Worlds, and Renaissance did really well at the Worlds 2022. But those 2 teams, two competitive players are actually duplicated. So they finally made a decision that they are going to stick to their new team, Team MYS, not Renaissance anymore.
Got it. Okay.
So at the ACL, Japanese 2 times national champion today, Secret Ship, didn't actually go well. They couldn't qualify to the finals of the ACL. They've been struggling for quite a long time. Mm-hmm. Japanese team T2 got 3rd place at the ACL, MYS got 2nd place, and High Five got 1st place. So the ACL final was in mid-March, and it doesn't take any long time until we actually realize that T2 is not a major problem in Japan anymore. Because during this long off season after the Worlds, very many new teams practiced it so hard and started to threat the rest of the country.
Yeah, I mean, talent definitely seems to have stepped up if T2 is, not the main problem anymore.
Yeah,
On our
exactly.
podcast, we definitely talked a lot about ACL, and like while it was going on, it was really fun to follow. I mean, we couldn't catch too much live, but we definitely tried to do as much recaps as we could. I mean, it was our off season, so there was no other tournaments happening, so it was really
Yeah.
really fun to follow.
Exactly. All right, so let's move on to the Japanese nationals and qualifier things. Right, our road to the Japanese nationals started in early April, not like the other regions. It's really unique. So we had qualifiers in April, May, and June, and each month we had 2 day 1s and 1 day 2. It is really complicated. Well,
Interesting.
this means we had like one qualifier on the first week, for example, and we had one another qualifier on the next week. And the top 8 teams from each qualifier move on to day 2, which is on, for example, third week of the month, something like this. So 16 teams competed on day 2 on the month with a single round robin. Top 3 can qualify to Japanese nationals. So we have done this 3 times, and everything has been done online completely. So what surprises you more? Can you guess how many teams actually involved to each qualifier?
So I feel like I'm cheating a little bit because I might already know how many teams. But doobsnax, do you have a rough guess of how many teams competed in Japan?
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to spoil the fun for everybody, so I'm gonna keep my guess to myself.
Okay.
Because I know you had to look it up, and I don't want to embarrass you. So
Sure.
I will reserve my guess and keep it on ice. So FiFi, feel free to continue.
Fine.
All right.
Fine.
Totally fine. All right. So, okay, the first qualifier, we had 122 teams actually involved and competed. Next week, we had 97 teams. Then we had 100. And then we had 88 teams in May. Then we had 82 teams. And then finally, we had 124 teams competed in the final qualifiers on 10th June. Yeah, it's quite surprising, isn't it?
That's a ton. I mean, that's like kind of NA's peak is right around some of the, middle of the road for you. But yeah, Japan, I think this clearly puts Japan as like the highest played region, like the most teams competing. Which is really cool, especially 124 for the final qualifiers. That's really cool.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, about like at least 600 active competitors were actually there and competing online at the same time. So yeah, I mean, most of the teams are duplicated since they could, if they couldn't qualify at the early stages, then they just try again and again. So there are some competitors who actually changed the team or like disbanded, like changed the rosters during these 3 months. So the total number of like 613 teams doesn't actually mean that we have over 3,000 active competitors in Japan, but yeah, at least like 1,000 or maybe somewhere around active competitive players are there. So yeah, but still the number is more than enough to surprise the rest of the world how Japanese circuit is on fire this year.
Yeah, I mean, that's exciting. More teams always means more competition, which means the top of the competition is always better because everyone's moving up. It's a very, very exciting time. It makes me super excited that Worlds is in Japan this year. So, I mean, there's like that huge interest in Unite there as well. That's going to be really, really fun. I am very excited for that.
Exactly. All right, yeah. So yeah, today we are going to do a quick review of PJCS, what we call this, Pokemon Japan Championships, which was held on the 11th of June, exactly the same date. Pokemon TCG category, VGC category, and Go category. We have like one regional final at the same date. And actually, like Pokemon Unite is the only one that actually finishes totally online, and BGC, TCG, and Go has got live competition at the date. So I believe someday in the near future, Unite has got the live competition at the JCS as well. But anyways,
that'd be really cool. That'd be really cool. Mm-hmm.
I mean, the circuit, how they run the circuit is really different between, those three, categories and Unite, and they're really different between TPC and TPCI. So I think it's kind of really similar how the things are different between, Unite, Western regions and, our Asian type of region. So I think it's kind of like cultural different kind of thing. I don't know, but well, anyways, yeah. Eight teams competed at the JCS for a Unite category. So, and then we had 4 World Qualifiers this year because the circuit expanded to double. So last year we had 2, but this year we got 4. Yeah. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, but there's one more. We've got Pokemon,
right?
Yeah, one more tournament.
Okay.
Yes, Pokemon Unite All High School Tournament. That's what they call it. It's going on in Japan right now. It started from last year, I guess. Yeah, was it Pixel?
Yeah. Sorry, could you say that again?
Oh, the Pokemon Unite, the All High School Tournament started from last year.
Yeah. It was the first one was held last year, and the second one. Yeah, I think they already did the what is it called? Yeah, something like the regionals.
Qualifiers.
Yeah. So they're gonna do the offline tournament soon.
Very soon, yeah. So high school students only, you mean, and needed to form a team from the same school, So high school is like an A level in the UK, and around 16 years old to 18 years old students are competing at the same time. And yeah, it is really, really interesting. And we'll be having the all high school tournament final on 6th of August. Sorry, English. right before the Worlds
starts.
And
wow, very cool.
Exactly. What is interesting, we actually have one competitor who is competing both in high school tournament and the Worlds this year. So he is Sona from Team MJK, the runner-up. So cool. Shall we move on to the VOD review?
Yeah, let's jump in. Thank you so much for all that information, Fifi. That is fantastic.
All right.
I think that's cool that there is a player competing in both the high school finals as well as Worlds. I think that's really cool.
That's sick.
Yeah. Shout out to Sona of MJK. Big fan. That's awesome. Cool. Obviously, good at the game. Well, all right, let's jump into some VOD review. So this is grand finals. Secret Ship is coming from losers bracket, and MJK is on winners bracket side. Pixel, do you know, like, were there any like blanket bans, like you weren't allowed to pick these Pokemon at all in this tournament overall?
You mean like by the
organization?
The Pokemon official?
Yeah.
Yeah. Zacian.
Okay, Zacian. Any other ones, or just those two, or just that one?
Pretty sure it was only Zacian. Yeah, it was only Zacian.
Yeah, Leafeon wouldn't have even been released at this time, I don't think so.
Yeah, gotcha. It wasn't.
Yeah, Umbreon ban makes a whole lot of sense then. That Pokemon is very good.
So is this back in the beautiful days of Glaceon, Icicle Spear just being absolutely off the charts?
Uh-huh.
Yep, it was before the nerfs. Oh, wait, no, it was actually after the nerfs, I think.
Oh, beautiful.
So that's why almost no one was using the character.
Oh, yeah, no, you're absolutely right. This would be at like regional finals time kind of situation.
Wasn't this like a week before? Am I mistaken on the timeline? This was like a week before ours, wasn't it?
A week before, like, EU regionals?
Yeah.
No, it was the same time, because I remember watching this at the hotel. I remember watching literally this broadcast.
We did watch it. I watched it with you because we were bopping between this and it was Jesus. Okay. Yikes.
Interesting. Okay.
I know things. See, Fifi, you were worried about having a blunder, and this is the first time I tried to weigh in on anything so far tonight, and I just absolutely butchered it. So there you go. Welcome to Unite Mics, everyone. I'm doobsnax, and I'll be here all night long.
Yeah. Big shout out to Yakko on Secret Ship, by the way. Was one of the OG interviews we did on the Unite Mics channel. So big shout out to Yakko. We're big Yakko fans here. So Pixel, did you compete against either of these teams throughout the year? Did you play against them?
Yes, yes, yes. Well, even in ranked, we meet these teams a lot, and
Sure.
we've also had scrims with secret ships.
Okay.
You know, they've been really, helpful. Whenever we ask them, they're like, we'll open up a day on that. Yeah, for
Awesome.
sure. And we could just, play games for like an hour or two straight.
Cool.
Really help. Great
Is
team.
there like something? I mean, Secret Ship, they kind of have these legendary bracket runs. I mean, it happened last year, it happened this year. Like, is there like something that you would consider like Secret Ship is the best at this, or like this is what makes Secret Ship so good? Like, what about them is so strong?
So, Sugar ships overall, they're just super good at tournaments. Like,
Sure.
they perform really well. Like, whenever you meet them in like ranked, you're like, okay, it's Sugar ships, we have a chance. But whenever you meet them in, a tournament, they're a whole different beast.
Oh,
And
cool.
yeah, their coordination, because they practice so much as a team, like their decisions and like they're not phased by anything,
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just their stability, I guess, in the
Mm.
whole team. Like, and they also have a new shot caller this year, uh, Obiang,
Yeah.
the guy playing Cramorant.
Okay.
So he's brand new to this team, but he used to be one of the best in the world at another game.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that was pretty similar to Pokemon Unite. So he has all the the information, he has all the data. So yeah, with that new shot caller and the team, you know, uh, team competing since last year, their coordination and like everything is just perfect.
Okay.
So
Very cool.
yeah, that's why they're winning so much.
Okay.
Feels like.
Yeah, I heard that Obuyan was, in a like esports circuit for more than 10 years, and he will be turning 33 years old like this month.
Okay.
And yeah, he is one of the legends at the the mobile game called Mobile Legends. So
Sure.
I don't
Okay.
know. But
I've heard of it.
yeah, so okay. So yeah, he is really skilled for sure and really matured at the same time. And can I just add one information for Secret Ship? According to their interview, they said they always focus on team composition rather than the individual skills. I mean, because the format changed into blind pick into the band pick during the season, they struggled a lot because the team comp they want to pick is not actually really effective to what the opponent's actually picking at the same time at the band pick, so they actually struggle a lot. But every time they are on the Japanese interview, they mention their first priority is a team competition.
Yeah. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Obion is moving out here, by the way. This Cramorant looks really good.
Oh yeah, his camera is one of the best in the world, if not the best.
Also, love
So
this
skilled.
zoom in cam that we have. I want that now. That's great. Yeah, his Cramorant seems really, really good. I mean, Pixel, do you think we'll see some Cramorant from Japanese teams at Worlds in a short little while? Is it still popular, or is this this was the meta then, and we might not see it upcoming soon?
Oh no, Camera is still very strong, and I'm sure we will see. Well, we have a chance of seeing Obian's Camera again.
Okay.
In the championship.
I'm excited
For
about
sure.
that. Even if even with Inteleon, I just kind of find they fill the same role quite a bit. But I guess we'll see.
But I feel like Cramorant is more in the role of an assassin.
Okay, sure.
To go in the back lines, and Cramorant, Inteleon, he stays in the back lines. So I think Cramorant is very strong against Inteleon as well.
Oh yeah,
So
that's true.
Yeah, as a counter pick, Cramorant might be picked a lot for Inteleon. There's a chance.
That telekinesis slow bro. Okay. Interesting. I haven't seen that in a minute.
Oh, telekinesis isn't that popular in other regions?
No, not at all.
Amnesia all the time.
Dude,
Really?
you're talking to doobsnax, who is the Slowbro biggest fan in the world. So, yeah.
Listen, slow beam is nasty.
It is
I
good.
just don't know how you get away from it. It's the
Mhm.
greatest thing on the planet.
Mhm.
Until they need to do something with that because it is very good.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah. But yeah, is telekinesis by far the more popular build?
Yeah, telekinesis and surf is probably the most popular build in Japan most of the time, unless if the opponent has Dojuro.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because the other move, the one that sits,
Scald?
Scald is very strong against Dojuro.
Yes, extremely. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
So
No, you still surf them down.
I disagree
You
there for
still-
sure. I might be
No,
with you on the
surf on
telekinesis
him.
argument, but I do like Scald into those attack damage style plays. Oh, very nice catch onto Dodrio here. MJK, you're playing this like, I don't know, it's a really interesting composition.
Man,
Kind
that
of just
Dojiro just got KO'd into a surf Slowbro.
uh-huh.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. Seemed
Well, they
alright
used
there.
their Unite move, but you get it.
Nope. Still, it counts.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, they lost that one too. It's so weird to see Night Slash played. I haven't seen Night Slash Zoroark played in forever. Just
Wow.
because
It's that. It feels like I was watching some videos where Japan is all about Night Slash, and it looks good.
oh, it's very good. It's just it was like bugged at this time, so we had it banned. But
Mhm.
just kinda
Wait,
let
what
it
was
through.
the bug?
I think it's still there. So I probably whatever. If you like mash your score button while doing it, like you double the speed at which you do your
Oh,
combos.
actually, yeah, that's not a bug here in Japan.
Oh, it's considered like a feature.
Yes.
All right.
So they
cool.
use
Goated.
that. Yeah, they use that a lot.
Goat
Actually,
maneuver.
that's the only reason they use
Night
that
Slash.
move.
Because
Yeah,
you can
Night
do that.
Slash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Well,
all right.
you see, TPCI regions. You better take note of that. Yeah, you better put that down in the diary
Yeah,
right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's
Oh my
really
god, they need to
interesting.
talk.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Okay.
We need to get an NA Zoroark Night Slash coach over here. Make sure we're getting the NA teams up to snuff on that.
Yeah, I wonder what'll be the case at Worlds for it. It'll be interesting.
But actually nowadays, Night Slash, well, because a lot of countries like other than Japan are using Feint Attack instead of Night Slash, Japanese teams are starting to see Feint Attack as a more stronger move.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I think it's like it needs more coordination, right? Like you have to. It's the assassin move where you're just sweeping. You're not like able to just solo something with Night. Like this is ridiculous. Like my Slash is so good at the moment, but yeah, I think it's more of a one-on-one. You just win your team fight kind of maneuver. But is this?
It's looking good in the face of 100 right there. Holy
Right.
smokes! Thor is getting after it, and
Yeah.
great use of the iframes too. That's something that always impresses me with Zoroark players is the ability to use the illusion iframes and just
Mhm.
destroy people off of that. That is so much fun to watch.
The Zoroark player, that's the one you mentioned, is going to be playing in like the high school championships like a couple days before the world championships, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Heck of a way to warm up.
Yes.
Playing.
Totally. Yeah.
It's a good spot to be. Okay, cool. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean the composition for MJK is so like over the top aggressive. Like you're running you're running Rapid Urshifu, you're running Zoroark, and you're also running Clefable, which is just, I guess you just get heals by going back. That's fine. Interesting. Kind of double assassin style. Both teams are. Is that like kind of a big trait of Japan would be like double assassin? I mean, it worked out perfectly in that final team fight, right? Like Dodrio was able to win like 2 1v1s, and same with Zoroark.
And like assassins overall in this game have very strong like early game.
Yeah.
So like Urushiv, he is not, if not the best character in early game. Like so
Once they hit
maybe
5, yeah.
yeah. So many teams use them as a jungle,
Mm-hmm.
and then they try to carry the game from there, like completely snowball the game.
Okay.
So the other team has to put strong characters that strong early game characters like Dojuro as well,
Mm-hmm.
and like assassins overall to balance it out. Or they're gonna have their second top goal broken.
Right. Very, very quickly. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. They have 20 seconds. They would need to score on 2 pads, but good. And then this is full shield
That is
Lapras
so,
on the other side.
so
Is
strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
No way you're stopping that.
I mean, yeah. Good luck. Yeah, that shield is so huge too. Not gonna happen. Okay.
What a good final fight by Secret Ship. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That was very good.
Yeah, well done. Whew. 93, 109,000. I mean, yeah, double assassin looking pretty strong for the side. But I mean, do any teams go like double tank in Japan?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. They have a lot of in ranked. We have compositions like Umbreon and Lapras.
Yes.
Yeah, Lapras Umbreon is really famous, I guess.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. That's very good.
Well,
Or, like,
there's like fighters,
Yeah, Blazy and Blastoise at the same time also.
Okay.
but- Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And this happened in APAC too. Do you also do loser decides what side they want to be on for draft in game number 2?
I guess so. Yeah.
Because MJK just got first draft position both times in a row. That's why I was curious. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's one thing that I've definitely would like for us to adopt for
Mhm.
sure on our side. Yeah, that's a great shout.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it definitely seems like a cooler mechanic. I mean, we're kind of just going into repeat drafts here. No, I guess they took Dodrio away. Interesting. So, did they take the Zoroark instead? Probably not.
They might. Yeah. They have a chance.
Could.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense.
Yeah, they don't have a jungler at the
Mhm.
moment. So
Right.
actually, DIR he uses Fate Attack Zoroark.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, we finally see Mew.
Seeing Slowbro drop so far is forever flabbergasting, just based on everything you and I have watched Zoinks from our side of the planet, right? How the priority is changing, and it's like me trying to visually adjust to that. It's like jarring every single time. As I've been doing like VOD reviews all day today, I was messaging Zoinks about it earlier. It's like every time I see these draft screens, I'm just like, "Ugh." Like I'm going into just like chest palpitations.
Yeah, FiFi Pixel. I mean, FiFi, you've seen it. You've come to so many Western events. Slowbro defines the metagame. In
Exactly.
every sense. Like, it's so powerful. Well, I mean,
Exactly.
Lapras and Slowbro do now, but
Mhm.
okay, there's the Eldegoss. I was kind of shocked we didn't see it with MJK's composition, but Clefairy again. Okay, Clefable. Interesting.
Oh, so it's different in other regions because in Japan, Hoopa and Clefable are the two support characters.
I would say it's Hoopa Eldy is probably the most However, Eldegoss is probably only at that point because Double Defender is so popular. So Eldegoss is really, really. I mean, so is Clefairy. Is Clefable with Double Defender, I guess. But yeah, I'd say Clefable, but like Blissey is up in there too. But I definitely think Eldegoss and Hoopa are the two most popular. I would say. Eldegoss's early game is also just so strong. If you give it red buff, like, yeah, that's like a big thing in the West. Does Japan ever do that? Does your support take red buff on this first rotation?
Yeah. Most of the time, I think Hoopa takes a red buff.
Makes
sense.
Yeah, Hoopa. Eldegoss takes a lot because just every boosted auto or whatever also slows, so you're just kind of doubling down on it. That makes
Yeah. It looks like Dojiro is gonna have a lot of problems, early game because he can't dash.
Right, exactly. Completely shut down. And in these comps, Lapras kind of gets played as like a defender, huh? That makes sense. Lapras oftentimes will get played as just like a top laner.
Yeah, like a carry, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because it's just that strong. Like it could be. doing both.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the shouts
we
to the
have-
Blastoise
yeah.
season 1, right?
Uh-huh.
A Pixel, sorry for cutting you off there.
Oh, no, it's fine. Yeah, we have, yeah, like you said, we have people use Lapras as a like carry Pokemon as well.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just in this composition, I think, because they don't have any other tank,
Mm-hmm.
they're using Lapras as a tank.
That makes sense. Peeves, how do I pronounce Secret Ship's Chandelure player? Is it Pui?
Kiwi,
Pewee. Okay.
Kiwi.
Pewee.
like Kiwi.
Like Kiwi. Okay, so Pewee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll keep trying. Eventually, I might land on it. They are hitting level 5 very consistently. Like, I feel like Chandelure is a very tough Pokemon, especially if you're like laning against Slowbro Mew. Like, that is not an easy comp to out secure. Like, that is pretty impressive that they are hitting level 5 so so consistent.
Yeah,
Almost
their
62.
laning like coordination must be really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean 5-5-5-6 across the board for Secret Ship is what I like to call good balance. Usually you see like one spike and then 2 people like on 3 right now.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Fintech's good.
Yeah.
It's real, especially
Yeah.
with Cramorant. Like, that's crazy. I mean, you have to focus on Zoroark, but then you're just giving up on Cram, which I guess you can't do either. I like this composition. I really do. I just think, like, man, just really thinking of if you just ran double tank, what would happen to this comp? I guess Urshifu would be fine until, like, late game. But, yeah, interesting. Is single strike Urshifu ever a thing in Japan or no?
Oh, still, yeah. Sometimes it's still
Okay.
known as a really good character, and if
Of
they
course.
have like a really like counter jungling is pretty popular against Urshifu
Yes,
because
absolutely. Yeah.
if you don't let him become level 5, then he's not that strong. So if they have like a lot of counter jungle Pokemon, and if they have a lot of Pokemon that Urshifu struggles with,
Mm-hmm.
then they use single strike.
Yeah.
They change up the competition. Or the
Right.
comp.
Instead, you're just going for smites at that point or something like that.
Mhm.
Ooh, Slowbro secure.
Hey, what are they using Surf?
No, it's Scald. I think. No, it's Surf. I thought it was Scald for sure. Oh no. Doobsnax just benefiting again.
Hey,
Ooh,
look,
that was unlucky.
listen,
crap.
you know I'm a Surf believer.
That's
I'm a
true.
dude. This Zoroark, like these Zoroarks back and forth have just been banana lands.
This Pokemon's so strong, but I mean, it has so many good targets to hit. I mean, luckily, is it DIR? Am I saying
Yeah.
that?
DL.
DL.
Oh, TL.
Alright.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's an underscore L.
Gotcha. DLR is doing a really good job of dodging gravities. Like
Mhm.
they'll wait till it's gone, or they wait till it drops before they start their feint attack combos. Like very consistently, which is just a mark of it. See,
Yeah.
you just baited out that gravity. Like that's so good.
Like
Hallmark
I
of a
said
good
before,
player.
Cliffy. Yeah, sorry for cutting you off.
I was just saying that's a hallmark of a good player, right? Understanding exactly what other Pokemon do and what they're gonna try and do into it. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Because, like I said earlier, Clefable is really popular in Japan right now.
Yeah.
So a lot of players have experience, evading gravity. So the
Okay.
top players are super good, at waiting for, the time to go
Yes.
in.
Absolutely. That makes a lot of sense.
I just love the level at which these teams are fighting right now. Like
They're so
they're
aggressive.
gobbling up all the wild Pokemon and then battling over and over and over again. There is like no, I don't want to say there's no patience, but it seems like far more calculated, and everybody has completed the same equation. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like it's calculated, but both teams are arriving to the same answer, which means we're fighting here, and then it's happening. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. It's really, really cool. I also, yeah, I mean, Secret Ship, they won that first game thanks to a great team fight. Like, I definitely think that game was like MJK favored, but this game, like, Secret Ship is taken over. Like, they found the equation pretty well.
For sure. I agree. What I really like about Secret Ship's
Oh,
comment, I
good
think you were
imprison.
alluding to it before right there, or earlier, Zoinks, was, Eldegoss is, one of the battle supporters, right? And Lapras can be a pseudo attacker as well. We said it can take over a game. So even we'll say its role players and support and tank are actually just more damage demons,
Mhm.
and then they're just leveraging that to turn on the Candle, the Cramorant, and Zoroark, and it looks good.
Yeah, it does. I think it is crazy right now that Secret Ship just lost that Reggie fight and they just tried to push MJK all the way back to their tier 2. Like, that's so sick. They're like, yeah, we may also shout out to DLR on the ball toy. I love Illusion. I think that maneuver's fantastic. Fortunate 1v1 loss there, but yeah, Drill Peck, I have to imagine, is just always the choice for Dodrio in Japan, right? I mean, if double assassin is just the meta everywhere.
Actually, it's not always like that.
Okay.
We have pretty good balance of both.
Yeah.
But because Dodrio this time was used as a top laner,
Mm-hmm.
it was Drill.
Okay.
But
Sense.
when they're like jungle, most of the time it's try attack.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know. So it kind of like shifts based on what its role it's going to be taken.
Yes.
Gotcha. I mean, that makes sense.
Definitely.
It's
And
a good balance
sick.
though right now, but yeah.
How do you not play Comfey in these comps?
I mean, I don't have the answer to that, but I'm just looking at these like levels right now, and MJK is getting rinsed on the scoreboard, but they don't feel out of this at all. Actually.
Well, they've been getting every objective. Like Mew
Right.
took one, Urshifu took one. Like they've been really good at securing those. It's just Secret Ship's been staying ahead because they just win the team fight after, which is really cool. I don't know. It's been an interesting, but yeah, MJK is absolutely still in the game for sure. And they have Dodrio, who can just backcap essentially for free. However, Secret Ship has 2 easily defendable goal zones up, so that makes that a little harder.
So to the comfy question.
Yeah, I mean, you're running like double like assassin ever. Like, I mean, just Dodrio Comfy looks amazing. Zoroark Comfy looks so good in this comp. I'm just really surprised we're not seeing it.
Yeah, like ever since Comfy got a balance change, Japanese teams have been like reluctant to use Comfy.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, Clefairy's been doing really well. I think that is also like a viable option. But
yeah. Favo and Hoopa, those two are just too strong for most people's eyes right now.
Makes sense. Oof. MJK just got split. Like Urshifu was on one side, Mew was on the other, and it's kind of dismantled in that fight.
Yeah, I mean, you said it best, Zoinks. I mean, MJK never far. I mean, they're actually up on levels before that team fight, believe it or not. And the Secret Ship was just better as a squadron.
Dang, what a game. So this was Secret Ship like resetting the bracket too, right? So this was okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Let's take a look at damage. Oh, Pee-wee, let's go. 129 on the Chandelure. This Pokemon's so strong. I mean, I when I was watching that game, like Pee-wee was hitting some crazy imprisons. Like on like Urshifu, just Dodrio getting stuck in imprison that's rough. That is rough for that Pokemon. I really wonder what'll happen after this balance patch is supposed to come out tomorrow. Like, we'll see if Chandelure still has the same effect with Imprison or not. But we'll see. All right, let's jump to the next.
That was like the most silent 130,000 damage I've ever seen. Because you're watching Cram and Zoro dart all over the place the whole game, and then it's just Shandy chucking bombs from over a wall and just lacing it in.
That's funny. Okay, so I don't know who made the decision. So if MJK lost, then is it their choice? So second pick is definitely more prioritized, I think. Well, I guess they chose first pick in the first. I don't know. Either way, they switch sides. Secret Ship's first. They stick with the Hoopa ban. MJK banned the Chandelure. Okay, I mean, it's a whole lot of damage. Okay, so they literally could get Lapras Umbreon. I mean, you just pick Lapras Umbreon, right? I think you just pick Lapras Umbreon. That seems really good. All right, pop quiz though. Pixel, would you pick Lapras Umbreon here?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay, great. That's what I thought too. All right, sweet. There it is. Okay, cool. Now, would you play Umbreon as kind of like a top laner in this composition?
Yeah, because Lapras would be the tank, and
Right.
yeah, Umbreon would be the carry.
That makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. Blastoise on the other side. Interesting.
I think they
Sylveon
could have
is
gotten the
great.
other defenders for free. At this point, you try and choose as many high priority targets as you can that the other
Yeah.
team needs,
Uh-huh.
because they're not going to go into the well for anything with a green background.
That's true.
And if
I'm
they
actually
do, they're
surprised
actually
they didn't grab Clefable though. If like Clefable's be like this like popular, I'm surprised they didn't like grab it instead of Blastoise. But
no, I agree. I agree completely.
Interesting. Well, maybe Yakko just wanted to play the Blissey. Yakko's got a very good Blissey. I can't.
For sure.
Can't disrespect
I mean,
that.
then you could have gone Sylveon Zoroark, right? You could have gone, well,
True.
maybe not Zoroark specifically, but you know what I'm saying? Like, there's other high prior targets that they could have gotten there, because I think the Blastoise falls to last, and so does the Blissey.
Interesting. Mew getting picked after. What do you, FiFi Pixel? What do you two think of Mew instead of Alola Ninetales? Like in that lane, what do you like better, A9 or Mew?
So it depends on the opponent's composition mainly.
Okay.
If they have Pokemon like Alola Ninetales is really good against characters that come in, so like assassins. So yeah, right now Alola Ninetales is really good against Zoroark and Urushif. So so Secret Ship getting Alolan Ninetales might be, pretty big for them.
Yeah.
And I don't MJK is gonna have a problem, reaching in the back lines of Secret Ship, feels like.
That is very true, especially if Secret Ship. A9 is one of the best get off me Pokemon I think that's in the game. Well, okay, let me ask this: do you run? What's more popular in Japan? Is it the like auto attack, Dazzling Gleam, Aurora Veil, or Avalanche Blizzard?
Oh no, definitely Avalanche.
Yeah, okay.
Thank goodness. Okay.
That's one thing we have in common. Okay.
I was gonna say, I can't be wrong on everything.
No.
Like, you know what I mean?
Your surf predictions have been very good so far, I think.
Well, that's more out of ignorance and stubbornness than actual knowledge of the game.
Raw belief.
That's right. That's what I operate on.
I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, cool. All right, Umbreon gets 4. I'm assuming you play Foul Play Snarl.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
If they have what is it called?
Dodrio?
Learning device? No, learning device.
Experience
right?
share.
Sorry. Yeah, experience share. Then Umbreon can choose between Foul Play and Mean Look.
Yeah.
But if they don't have experience share, then 99% of the time it's Foul Play.
Right. That makes sense. You can go kind of the true supporter build if you want. Why did you go for that final slash? Okay, well, either way, MJK going down.
Zoinks, correct me if I'm wrong here, but in some of the reviews we've been doing in our less familiar regions, it seems like the necessity to have true objective secure is like a tertiary requirement to get on the team, whereas in like NA, EU, and their regions more on our side of the planet, that's why you're seeing more Wicked Blow than like Water Bear, right? Or like Surging Strike Bear, whatever. Does that ring true, or am I just losing my mind here?
No, I think you're right. I mean, like your best secure on the left-hand side is like Alola Ninetales ult, I guess. Like, I don't know.
Blissey ult.
Blissey ult, so yeah, Egg Bomb. Egg Bomb secure might be your best option. Yeah, no, objective secure, definitely an afterthought. Way more team fight focused, for sure.
That's like incredibly one, it's awesome to see because it means the teams have faith in their ability to just take an objective after they win a team fight, which is great. As a caster, that's a lot more fun to see than everybody just going, all right, throw everything you got into the middle and see who ends up with it.
Also, both these teams love early game. Like, they do not care about that late game of their compositions. Like, Secret Ships has a Blastoise, which I guess worries about scaling. But other than that, like, it seems like all draft priority is like, let's just win this early game as best as we can. Am I kind of on the right point here, Pixel? Is that a lot of the team strategy?
Okay. Yeah, Japanese teams, like, a lot of regions say that Japan is a snowball, like, as like a snowball meta.
Okay, yeah,
Like,
that makes
yeah.
sense.
And definitely they prioritize, pushing that second the Regieleki
Hmm.
into the second top goal and just having really big point lead and like level lead.
Yeah.
Not letting, strong late characters, get to late game.
That makes sense. And if you're running like double assassin or whatever, you can pretty easily invade after a team fight win. So you're not too worried about all the free experience you're giving on the other side. Like I don't know, you're kind of still threatening it everywhere, which is an interesting strat. It's risky. Like it feels really, really risky, but paying off so far.
Mm-hmm.
I think Obion on this Sylveon is a cool.
Somebody help me crack the code here. You give MJK Lapras Umbreon, and what does this draft do here to counter that? Because obviously they knew that was going to happen, right? That's
Yes,
like a
that
very
was
clear
definitely
pick
going to
sequence that they're forcing them into.
Mm-hmm.
So what am I missing here? What's the recipe in Secret Ship's composition that says we don't actually care that you have those two Pokemon?
Okay, so after this tournament, Obiang actually released a video explaining why they drafted these Pokemon, like what they were thinking about during the match. And Obiang said that, okay, we're gonna take Urshifu and we're gonna give them Umbreon and Lapras. And then we're gonna take Sylveon, because Sylveon, well, first of all, Umbreon is a scaling character. It's a snowball character.
Yeah.
It has to level up in order to become, really strong. And Sylveon actually can win against Umbreon at level 4 and beyond. Like, Sylveon can, keep hitting Umbreon and make Umbreon like go back into their goal so they can't farm and so they don't level up. So Sylveon is really good at controlling Umbreon in the early game.
Okay.
So that's why
the hard counter picks idea. Interesting.
Yeah. Umbreon is not as early as most people think. So they're using Sylveon to counter it.
Okay.
I must say, using Blastoise with the Surf as a hard get off me tool helps deal with the Umbreon, right? Right? Buys space, and for your mid range type Pokemon, like because we have a Draining Kiss, Mystical Fire, Sylveon, right? I saw that. And then you're alone on deals. Okay, I can buy it.
Shout out to Blissey Secure on objectives. You love to see it.
Over in NA, we call that the Ender Special.
Yeah. Yakko's in charge over here.
It was almost like a torch that was passed from Zugrug to Ender. Like Zugrug was tired of heavy slamming objectives for victories. So Ender, why don't you take this for a bit with some Mag Bombs?
Yeah, it's true.
The Zugrug sleep, yeah, for sure. No doubt about that. I saw Yakubari running around here. Did they not play like a mean Wigglytuff at Worlds last year, or am I making that up?
I guess so. Yeah, he is one of the competitors last year as well. So I guess you're right.
Nice.
I love the confidence in that, and I'm just going to let that ride that I just said something correct. I heard it here first.
I think you're right. You got Fifi's vote of approval. It's good enough for me.
The same actually. I mean, I need more of those. Like, I might just have to start sending a few messages like, "Hey, do you approve of this before I like? Do you approve of this purchase before I pull the trigger?"
Always trust the Fifi on it. I like it. Yeah. Okay. So basically, you're right. I mean, how do they get to the backline of Secret Ship? You have Draining Kiss poke. You have Blastoise to push them off. You have Blissey just in case. And then the entire time they're dashing towards you, Urshifu's just running at your Mew. And like, that's really, I don't know. This is some interesting tech from Secret Ship for sure.
I really like the Rapid Strike Urshifu, like go deep with Surging Strikes Unite move. That's what it's called, right? Surging Strikes that go deep with the Unite move, and then the long range Bliss Assistance while the flow is on is big fan of that.
Very similar to like Zarina style play from previous years. That's interesting. Okay, final team fight. MJK again just has no positioning. The Secret Ship's got everything. That's tough. That's really hard to deal with. But okay, no, they got position. Umbreon got through. They're good. The Yakuvari is just like such a threat. Blastoise Unite is just so hard to deal with, like for Zoroark and something.
What battle item does Blastoise have?
Eject.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, we saw them use it once before, I think.
Yeah, I totally duffed it. Totally.
No, I didn't mean like that. I was just anyway.
No, sorry. Zoinks is like, dude, you cast this game. You can't miss stuff like that.
True.
That's what he said. That's what I heard.
DLR just chilling. I don't think they know where DLR is. I don't think they have vision quite yet.
Yeah, no, they have no idea.
Big surf. That was really cool.
Jumping on top of Zoroark.
Oh, his Unite move got baited
Duff
out.
the Unite move.
That's not good.
Nasty. 3-person Hydro Typhoon? Let's go.
Oh, and the Raikus are taking out Zoroark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's never good. You hate to see that. Okay, dodges.
The fact that DLR is still standing is kind of miraculous because they've kind of been in the gut for a minute. They are grooving.
Oh, I love that coordination. He surfs them into the corridor, and then Yakko blisses onto DLR, like just jumps right in. That really cool play. That was really, really cool. I like that tech a lot. And they just go.
Meanwhile, they can just score. Like it's nasty.
Yeah, I think that's
what Secret Chip is
cracked,
dude. This is insane. This is so much fun to watch.
Okay, MJK secures, and they had 4 members up off the secure, though. The Zoroark shield's already gone. Urshifu went the wrong way to defend, though. That is concerning. Is that enough?
No way.
I need to do the math. I need to do the math.
You are the numbers
don't spoil me,
guy.
Fifi. What happens?
You are the numbers guy.
Yes, that's true. No, not
Close,
quite
close.
enough. Yeah, that back cap from DLR at the end. Paying off to get put up ahead. Interesting. I mean, that was the right call from NJK. They had like 2 members down on the other side. The chance to rip. You got Zoroark. You may as well. With Night Slash, you may as well try it. It was close. Dang. So, what is the Mew's player? The Mew player's name on MJK?
Lucapo.
Rukapo. Yeah, it's like Lucalius, Luca plus like paw. I don't know what the paw is. Luca paw.
We need to. Fifi, I'm not gonna lie. We were sent. Zoinks and I were sent the pronunciation guide video that you made, and I've watched it about 6 times, and I was like, I am in trouble.
Oh my god.
I think it's just my brain. My brain couldn't like if I see like I can see Pee-wee, right? And in my mind I can identify P-I-U-I as Pee-wee because it's English characters, right? That I can recognize.
For sure, yeah. For sure.
But trying to link up the Japanese characters with what the name is, I'm gonna have to get some practice in on that without
exactly.
Yeah. I got some minutes. Exactly. I got some minutes out here.
Yeah,
exactly.
We got all that time. All right. Okay, this is just replay. I love that they have the caster's face on the replay. That's so cool. I like that a lot. It looks really cool on broadcast. I don't know.
Listen, as somebody that needs my contract to be maximized with cam time, like they need to start working this in. In fact, you know what? They can just put my face on there while Zoinks is actually breaking down the action in a way that makes sense.
I'm sure our lawyers could figure it out.
It'll just be a lot of nodding and being like,
Okay, so Secret Chip get second pick again, or first pick again, meaning that MJK probably chose second pick. They're gonna ban Zoroark though. Interesting, because Secret Chip didn't play it last time.
I love the Hoopa hate. I love the Hoopa hate.
No, that Pokemon is so good. And with how aggressively Japan breaks goal zones, like they break them so early. Like, yeah, Hoopa is definitely obviously ingrained. Why? Okay, why are they banning Zoroark here? Pixel, do you know why they would ban Zoroark?
No, I have no idea.
Like, see, it's so interesting. Okay, well, we'll see. Maybe they just didn't feel like playing it. Like they wanted to play a different game, like this one. We'll see. They'll probably grab Dotrio. I have to imagine.
Yeah. That's probably the only pick they have left.
Yeah, I mean, out of like top tier kind of meta
Mhm.
picks. Yeah, that would make
Yeah.
sense. There's always Greninja. Let's come on. Okay, so they just go with the exact same. Well, no, they grab Chandelure this time because it was banned last game. I feel like Chandelure's just a stronger ban. All right, interesting. MJK going deep in the well. That's all I'm saying. Are they actually picking Charizard here?
No,
Please
it
tell
can't be.
Please tell me they're
Yeah,
picking
base got Charizard.
No. Okay. Base got Charizard. All right, Mew Dodrio. That's really strong. Now all they need left is like a support, right? Okay. They're gonna get Clefable. Yeah, they're gonna get Clefable for free. Secret Ship just runs back almost identical comps, just with literally a stronger A9 in my opinion. So I feel like this is looking pretty good for Secret Ship. Okay, cool. I mean, if the strat works, don't not do it, I guess. Like, that makes sense. Interesting. So Blastoise running Slick Spoon, Experience Share, Focus Band. A very unselfish Blastoise.
Yeah, it's a tank build.
Yeah,
Definitely a tank
you will
build.
see Energy Amplifier on every Blastoise in NA.
Oh yeah. If we're not getting 5 Hydro Typhoons, it's a nightmare out here.
Yeah, it's not a game.
And in NA, I'll tell you what, our Blastoises don't get to Blastoise. They don't hit level 9 until 4 minutes left in the game. So they need that energy amp to start rocking.
And Sona's gonna play the Umbreon this game. And they're playing it like tanky. Attack weight, Ao's cookie, focus band. Okay. Interesting. So it's definitely like a change up in how they're building the comp. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, okay. You mentioned at the start, Pixel, that like central area, like invading is popular, but we haven't seen it in this grand finals match quite yet, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty rare for a team not to invade. Lapras and Clefable can both,
Yeah.
pretty effectively counter jungle.
Yeah, they run experience share, so they got that movement speed. I mean, they know Hoopa, which I think is the true artist. Oh, that's one that we haven't seen at all, doobsnax. No Sableye at all.
True. No little gentleman running around.
No
I'll tell you what though, I wouldn't invade with Lapras when you're swimming to a lane with 2 stage 2 Pokemon. I mean, you can bully if you get off to a good start, you can bully that path.
Oh, Chandelure Blastoise? Yeah,
right.
Yeah, no, you're right. For sure you can. That's a good call.
So maybe it's like, hey, we'll run over if it's not specifically this lineup, but if you're going to go in path, then you can go bully that fairly easily, I feel like.
Yeah, that's true.
And it kind of looks like they are, at least in the early stages here.
Yeah, holding him to 4. Squirtle's just a tank build, so chilling at 3. Interesting. Okay, so top fight still main priority. Makes sense.
That Dodrio went center in their tri-attack, which jives with what Pixel was telling us earlier.
Yep. Pixel didn't lie to us. Let's go. Pixel told
well, I mean, okay. Correction. Pixel has lied to us about the Scald bro.
Okay.
Because we saw a lot of Surf Bros. Somebody knew that old Snacks was gonna be tuning into this broadcast. And they said, no, not today.
No, we gotta make sure we're all surfing today. Okay, I like that. Wow, that was a really weird engagement. MJK just okay. All right, well, I take back what I said. Now comes the counter jungle in full effect. 2-player counter jungle. Interesting.
It's looking really tough.
Yeah, tough. Things aren't looking too good for our heroes. Secret Ship out.
Yikes. My question is, how did I miss Secret Ship scoring 53 points?
It happened just after top fight. They lost the birds, but then because Dodrio went right back to Central, DLR just stuck around, and then they just won a fight and scored. It was a really interesting thing. Like the Central just stayed, which is cool. I like that.
Level 7 already? And Dodrio's level 7. I mean, these teams scrap it out. I love this.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so much burst damage. It's really hard to deal with. I think I've been counting. I think Sona's at 3 or 4 stacks already. Because of that invade, though, that meant that Sona gets, really leveled up. That is a concern.
Oh, nice gravity catch right there on DLR. No shot. This poor Squirtle or Wartortle. Gosh, he's getting bullied. It's like, let me go top pass, see how it works out over there. This is still getting a break speed off him.
See if it's any different.
Sheesh.
Yeah, the secures just are not a thing.
Classic Clefable secure, dude.
It's just you just rely on your support to get your secures. That's so interesting. I mean, it was a really good play by MJK, like aggressive gravity. You just put it right on top. That means that Urshifu can't contest it, or they can, but they just have to walk towards it. They can't dash in. It's a good play. I like that a lot. So you said Omion was like a former pro in Mobile Legends, right?
Or they still are?
Yeah, Obuyan is. Yeah,
Okay.
he is.
Very cool.
I think Mobile Legend. I don't know if there's any competition like still going on that title, but yeah, he's focusing on Pokemon Unite right now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good choice. Good choice. I actually don't know anything about Mobile Legends, but I know about Pokemon Unite, and I think the game's pretty sick. So glad to have him over here.
They're kind of popping off right now.
What's going out, dude? Holy smokes.
Oh, if that imprison landed, that was over. Oh my word. Okay, this is why you don't give Chandelure. I guess the Zoroark was having just as much of an impact, but interesting.
Secret Ship looks good.
They're looking really, really good. Pixel said they're bad at ranked though. So
Yeah, I mean, me too.
Yeah, put me in a tournament setting, I'm gonna win. You got it.
That happened once. I think I lost 7 games in a row, like straight up.
Yeah, my last tournament showing wasn't too hot either at time.
I was like, hey, no sweat. My arthritis flaring up. That's why I'm having so many troubles out here today. Like, whatever, dude, you're garbage. Get out of here.
That's true. Assassin Dave is a Mobile Legend. He actually casts for
Oh, so is Pikadiff. Pikadiff is apparently
Yeah.
a nasty tank player on Mobile Legends.
Mobile
Anyways,
Legends. Bang.
but Pokemon Unite for life, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Here we go. Geo Shrika 2, the candle's on fire.
Oh, but
Pun
anyways.
intended.
Oh my word. Fifi, how much have you been able to talk to like Secret Ship and MJK? Like, what's like practice like for these teams headed in? Are like any of these teams boot camping or just scrimming a lot? Like, what's the situation for the top Japanese teams right now?
Right. I actually haven't talked them in person,
Okay.
but just a general information online. Like Secret Ship has been in this rosters for quite a long time, at least like from September. From September, Obuyan joined the team, and other two actually joined right after that. So I think their combination is quite really good, and other teams are quite, I think MJK and Team Tamarind, the second and third place,
Mhm.
they were formed quite really new, I guess. And as I mentioned, Oyasumi Macro, at least they were formed in November last year.
Okay.
So yeah, I think so they will be having a much nicer combination than we had witnessed at the winter tournament final. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, sweet. I mean, I'm excited to see all 4 squads for sure. Japan.
Did you all see that goal zone defense, the Blastoise Surf with 4 characters,
Yeah.
and then the
beautiful.
engage with the Urshifu and the Cotton Crash splitting all 4 back up, and they got destroyed? That was nasty.
It was crazy. And it was crazy because Urshifu came and cleaned up the knockouts, but they were just, during that fight, scoring bottom path.
Correct.
So
It was
they were
insane.
just like,
So good.
yoink, and then we'll come on back. Yeah, just really good. I mean, that's just trust in your teammates to hold it down. That's just trust in your Blastoise to be able to hold out on that team fight while you score. That's really cool. Get a
I
full
mean,
minute
poaching
of
4 with the Surf?
Mhm.
Come on. Shades of a slow bro right there.
Yeah, except Slobo Surf hits 3 times. Very, very
Yeah,
strong.
but you don't move them the distance. That's the difference. You ain't bringing them to shore, you know what I'm saying?
That's true. That is true. Yeah, no Slowbro in this game. Crazy world out here.
It is indeed. Secret Ship they are grooving, as the kids say.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Yeah.
a kid from the 70s, but it's happening.
They are saying it. Yeah, they take Registeel.
Another Eldegoss, and another support player secure. Get out of here.
Of course. I miss Leaf Tornado. I miss Leaf Tornado
Dude,
so much.
same, man. Blind? We
That
need
move
more
was so
abilities with
fun.
blind.
Sand attack Gibble. Let's go.
We out here, baby.
Mm-hmm. Okay, potentially final team fight of the game. Tournament point for Secret Ship. Again, MJK just had to farm too long, so they're stuck in corridor. Secret Ship's got all the positioning. Chandelure, very aggressive, does not care. Able to eject over the wall. And good gravity.
That was. Cut off the next surf, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Dodrio kind of got bullied by the Sylveon, like kind of caught out trying to score and got bullied a little bit.
It's a very good defensive Pokemon. I mean, Mystical Fire, just really good little DOT, so you can't score in it.
Is that a boosted auto hitting 3 players?
I think the final
Yakubari's
tick
nuts,
overheat.
dude.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You
Good
guys won.
initiation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really strong.
Shandy got buckled for sure.
Oh, Lapras already united for not too much, though.
3-player Hydro Typhoon? No shot. They surfed right in and got gutted.
Yako doesn't have alt. Unless they must have used it earlier or something. But, like, not having Cotton Cloud Crash there is tough. Doesn't matter. You trade one. Dodrio takes so much damage from Sylveon. That is concerning. Whatever. Secure doesn't exist.
No, Shandy's back. Picking up the Speed Berry. They're not going for an objective. They're trying to find bodies out here. little bit of roast chicken.
And yeah, Dodrio just gets chased down, and all of a sudden, Secret Ship just takes.
Dude, get out of here. Get out of here.
That is crazy. MJK had that team fight win, and then Elagos just and Sylveon just hold out. That's crazy. What a play. What a play.
Buy time till the candle can light back up.
Mhm.
Holy. It totally panned out, too.
Okay,
Ship.
I gotta ask.
Was that 4 games in a row?
That's 4 games in a row. The reset and
Right.
and a grand final win. That is crazy.
Right.
I gotta ask, is Secret Ship like, do they have like the most fans ever of all the Japanese teams? I mean, they have like these amazing miracle tournament runs where they just turn it up. Like, I feel like that is a way to create a lot of fans.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. We're gonna see a lot of Secret Ship signs at Worlds this year. A lot of. It's cool.
Right.
All right, I like to see it. Do I not get to see damage numbers on this one? Oh, too bad. I'm assuming Blastoise just had 1 billion. Oh, there it is. Okay. Nope.
Ooh.
37. But still, a good game. We can all respect it. We can all respect it. I mean, yeah, they had the answer to Lapras Umbreon like 2 games in a row. Sona wasn't able to get a whole lot done. I think their Lapras player had like a bit of a better game in the second game, but yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy stuff. Interesting. Before we jump out of here, I did want to talk. We won't watch any games from it, but I do want to talk a little bit about the other 2 teams. I want to talk about Oyasumi Macro and Tamarin.
Team Tamarin.
Tamarin. Okay, cool. I want to talk about them as well. So clearly, Secret Ship, a lot of their strength is in their drafts. They're like deep hero pool, but also their team coordination. That seems unbelievably good. MJK definitely seems to have like a few very, very skilled individual members that can really pop off. What about like Tamarin? What would you say is their best strength? FiFi or Pixel? Like, what would you say is the best part about that squad?
Pixel, take it away.
Okay, so Secret Ship is definitely the team. Like,
Okay.
they're 5-1. Their coordination, their team fights, they're like the best in Japan probably.
Cool.
MJK, like you said, yeah, like all of them are good. Like really good players, 5 really good players sticking together. It's pretty much the same with Tamarin and Oyasumi Makuro as well. But Oyasumi Makuro has a little more well, they have some of the best, like micro like skills. They probably have some of the best skills in the world.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
yeah.
Oyasumi Macro, you're saying?
Yeah, Oyasumi Makuro, yeah.
Yeah.
They
they're
have
a team
really
that
good.
the
Yeah.
West has been very excited. Mame has a lot of fans in the West. So I'm just seeing a new Mame team is an exciting prospect for a lot of people. Me included. I want to see Mame's new squad. And so I mean, going so deep again in ACL as well, that's been really exciting. Okay. So just a lot of good skilled
Yeah, yeah.
individuals. All right.
Yeah, Tamarin as well. They have like player called Hayashi and First Luru. Those two are really good at carry Pokemon. Like
Okay.
yeah, Ruru is really like one of the best probably in the world
Cool.
at what is it called? Machamp.
Yo,
And Hayashi
okay.
is yeah, probably one of the best at Urshifu as well. We have really good Urshifu players here in Japan.
Yeah, I mean, Rapid Strike Urshifu hasn't looked that good to me in a while that I've seen from Japan. That looked really, really cool. Some good players. I like it. Yeah, I'm just taking a look. I have the bracket pulled up on screen from this tournament now, and so yeah, Oyasumi Macro going down to MJK 2-1. I bet that was a pretty good game. And then they lost to Tamarin 2-0. So yeah, Tamarin having a tournament as well. Secret Ship lost to MJK 2-1 in upper bracket as well. This is a man, storylines wise, that must have been a very cool tournament. That's really fun. 2-1 close winners finals, and then the run back from Secret Ship, just the rollover. That's pretty cool. Very cool. Well, doobsnax, do you have any final questions for FiFi or Pixel?
Nah, I'm good. I mean, I am excited for this region. They are a blast to watch. I mean, if that grand finals is any indication, specifically you and I have put ourselves on ice so we don't kind of spoil ourselves for these VOD reviews. But that was very exciting. Now I can't wait to kind of go back in the time machine and watch the event leading up to that grand final.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see Japan region as a whole. It's been a lot of fun. If you have an answer to Umbreon, I will watch as much video as I can find because that Pokemon is so strong. Oh, it is so powerful. Okay, fantastic. Well, FiFi, any closing thoughts from you? Anything else you think that people should be really excited to watch from Japan when they compete at the World Championships?
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, not to mention just Japanese circuit, like every region, every country has got star players and really like, not just mechanical skills and, the teams groove in how they groove and how they vibe. I mean, it is really important to know their mechanical skill by looking at the stream, but also it is really fun to watch how team like communicate each other on social media or like streaming together. So there's various ways to enjoy Pokemon Unite, as not just competitive ways but various ways. So yeah, please find your own way to enjoy Pokemon Unite.
Absolutely. I completely agree. Completely. Pixel, how about you? Any final words about the Japanese region? Do you think Japan's the best region in the world right now?
Very close to it. If not best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, of course, the follow-up question: who is the closest to Japan right now in the world?
Definitely the US, I think.
Really? Okay. Take that, EU listeners. Okay. Oh, they'd get way more upset than the NA people would. All right. But that's okay. Awesome. Well, before we head off, I just want to give the two of you one more chance to just plug anything that you would like, anywhere that people can find you, social media, things like that. Pixel, I know you say you don't do it too often, but is there anything that you want to give a shout out to before the end of the episode?
Oof. No, I'm good.
All right, no problem at all, Pixel. No Twitter, unfortunately, but if you get one, let us know. We'll plug it. FiFi,
Okay.
how about you?
All right. I barely do the English tweet these days, but I've got a Twitter.
Cool.
Yes, Zoinks has mentioned my Twitter account to the previous, to the previous tweet. So please find me, and yeah, I would appreciate if you follow me. And I've got a YouTube channel. It's a small one, but I post some videos for people who watch Pokemon Unite and want to know how to pronounce Pokemon Japanese competitors' names and team names and stuff. So maybe that might find interesting to you. So get likes and subscribe, I would appreciate. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's a huge help to me for sure when we're doing these VOD reviews and everything. But I think even if you're a North American player who's going to Worlds and you want to be able to pronounce your opponents and your future friends' names, it's a great thing to do. doobsnax, anything to plug before we go?
Yeah, real quick, follow us on Twitter at Unite Mics. And while we've got a bunch of people in here, thank you for pulling up and watching, of course. And I have to plug what we like to call our emote initiative. If you subscribe to the channel using Amazon Prime or obviously your own hard-earned money, you get all our emotes, but most importantly, know that we donate all of the money at the end of each month to various charities. We don't pocket any of the money, so it's just a cool thing we try and do to get our emotes out there for the official broadcast that we're casting on, so you can spam those, support us in that sense, but also know that we are not pocketing that, and we are donating to good causes every single month. Zoinks, that's all I got.
All right, sounds good. Well, that's basically all I have. Either just look forward to more regional VOD reviews with more guests in the coming days and weeks. There's a lot of regions to break down. We're having so much fun with them. If you didn't catch us live, of course, youtube.com/UniteMics. You can also see all of these videos up there. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you made it all the way to the end of the video, let us know, do you think is Japan the best region in the whole world? I'm looking forward to seeing them compete on the world stage. I know you all are too. So until next time, we'll see you all later. Goodbye.
I'm gonna ruin your ending. I already put out the bat signal for a Secret Ship jersey. So Secret Ship, if you're out there and you're listening, if you're getting jerseys for Worlds, let me know. I want to buy one. Thanks. Okay. And then all the other cool stuff that Zoinks said.